Dear students, this is our 12th lecture of heterocyclic chemistry, and we were discussing about aromatic heterocycles. In our previous lecture, we classified them according to their chemical behavior, like they can be classified as pi deficient and pi excessive aromatic heterocycles. Today we will classify them on the basis of their structure, means whether they are 5 membered, 6 membered, they are benzo fused, 5 membered benzo fused, 6 membered benzo fused, like this. So let us start. First category is 6 membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds. So as we have already discussed many times that these are heterocyclic analogues of benzene, in which CH group of benzene ring is replaced by the heteroatom with the distortion in symmetry due to carbon heteroatom bonds. We have already discussed this in our previous lecture, that these aromatic heterocyclic compounds, 6 membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds, they can be thought of as it if they are derived from benzene by replacing the CH group of benzene by heteroatom, and this causes distortion in symmetry because now instead of carbon carbon bond we have carbon heteroatom bond. So let us see some examples. So many of you are already aware pyridine. This is a 6 membered aromatic heterocyclic compound. This compound is pyrimidine. This is also aromatic and it is 6 membered heterocyclic. This is pyridazine. This is also a 6 membered aromatic heterocycles. Then pyrazine. All these compounds that I have written here, these are 6 membered. You can see all these contain 6 members and they are cyclic and they are aromatic. So these heterocycles, they are planar. The first condition for aromaticity is they should be planar. So they are planar with a complete and uninterrupted cycle of p orbitals, and they are associated with 4 and plus 2 pi, or we can say 6 pi electrons. So all these systems, they have 6 pi electrons. They are aromatic and their electrons, they are delocalized, so that's why these are aromatic. All of these, they follow Huckel's rule. So some more examples in which now we have more than 2 heteroatoms can also be possible. 1 2 3 triazine, 1 2 4 triazine. This is 1 3 5 triazine. So we have already done the nomenclature, so you can correlate their names by yourself trying to assign their names, so you can check. And this is 1 2 4 5 tetrazine. So all these compounds, they are aromatic. All these compounds, they are planar. They contain 6 pi electrons, means they is obey 4 and plus 2 pi electron rules. And we have already discussed that because of incorporation of these heteroatoms, as these are electron withdrawing, so this decreases the aromatic character compared to benzene. So all these things we will discuss in our upcoming lectures. We will study the how we can quantify the aromaticity, although it is very difficult, but there are many ways by which we can quantitatively say that this is more aromatic, this is less aromatic. So one such phenomenon is bond alteration, so that we will discuss in detail in our next lecture. So this was just to give you an idea about what type of aromatic heterocyclic compounds they are available, so that we are going to study. So these were 6 membered aromatic heterocycles. So in this case, mostly you have seen we have nitrogen in the carbon ring, but other fifth group elements like phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, they can also replace this CH group, but the aromatic reactor will decrease with increasing size of heteroatom. As the size of heteroatom will increase, the distortion in the benzene ring will go on increasing, and it will tend to become less planar. So that's why the aromatic reactor, it goes on decreasing by having a larger atom compared to nitrogen in the benzene ring. So such examples, this is phosphine. So we can also call it phosphobenzene. This can also be called as phosphobenzene. This is the replacement nomenclature. This is the hands with my nomenclature. So we have done all these nomenclatures. So both these names are correct. You can also call it phosphobenzene, or it can also be called as phosphine. Similarly, it is arginine. It can also be called as arsabenzene. That is replacement nomenclature because it is considered as a derivative of benzene. Similarly, this is stibinene. We can also call it stibabenzene. So all these compounds, when we have to give their replacement nomenclature, we will consider them derivative of benzene. So oxygen and sulfur, they can also be present in the ring. They can replace this CH group of the benzene ring forming, but now we will get positively charged ionic species which are called pyrrolium and thiopyrrolium cations like this. Now if we replace this CH of benzene by O, it will get O positive because O positive has 7 electron, CH has 7 electrons, so it will become isoelectronic with benzene. Now it is a cation, so it is called pyrrolium cation. So if we have sulfur, then it will be called thiopyrrolium cation. So what I mean to say that we can have any other atoms from nitrogen family or oxygen family instead of CH in the benzene ring. Generally, the compounds with nitrogen, they are more aromatic compared with the compounds with phosphorus and arsenic, because as the size of the element metal it increases, this metal or non-metal it increases, the aromatic character decreases because of increase in size of that heteroatom. So with the heteroatoms with oxygen and sulfur, they are also possible. So I have given a lot of number of heteroaromatic compounds which are six membered with their names. So I once again request you to please remember their names. So it will be very beneficial for us if we remember their names. I can understand it is quite difficult to remember their names, but once you are reading them again and again, using them again and again, then you can remember their names. Otherwise it is quite difficult to remember as it is. Now that was all about your six membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds. Now let us discuss about five membered aromatic heterocycles. As we have already studied in our previous lecture on pi excessive heterocyclic compounds. So these five membered heterocyclic compounds, they can be considered to be analogous of cyclopentadienyl anion. We have already discussed that five membered heterocycles can thought of be a analogous of cyclopentadienyl anion, and they are considered to be derived by replacing this CH group by the divalent heteroatom. Now let us see some examples. So this pyrrole, it can also be called 1H pyrrole because it has saturated center here, so it is indicated hydrogen. You can simply also call it pyrrole, that is also sufficient. So its name is 1H pyrrole. So it is a five membered aromatic heterocyclic compound. So it has two lone pair of electrons on nitrogen which contribute towards resonance. So it is a 6 pi electron system. Similarly, thiophene, it has two electrons on sulfur which participate in resonance. It donates its two electrons to resonance. So thiophene, it is also a 6 pi electron system. This furan, it also has two electrons. This is also a 6 pi electron system. So all these compounds, these are five membered heterocyclic compounds, and they are aromatic because they follow Huckel rule. Now these heterocyclic compounds, they are planar with sp2 hybridized atoms. All these atoms, this nitrogen is sp2 hybridized and involves a lone pair of electrons. As I said, it has a lone pair of electron on heteroatom in cyclic delocalization. This type of resonance is possible in these compounds. These resonating structures I have already discussed with you in my previous lecture, so please you can watch that lecture and you can learn how to draw the resonating structures. So what I mean to say that these lone pairs, they are involved in delocalization, so they contribute towards resonance. So that's why it is a 6 pi electron system. And the aromaticity of these heterocycles, it depends upon the extent of involvement of lone pair on heteroatom in cyclic delocalization. So as for aromaticity, we require 6 pi electrons. So these are 2 plus 2, 4 electrons. 2 electron has to come from this heteroatom. So the ease by which these 2 electrons can be involved in resonance, that will determine their extent of extent of aromaticity. So that's what it means to say that the aromaticity of these heterocycles, it depends upon the extent of involvement of lone pair on heteroatom in cyclic delocalization, which depends upon the electronegativity of the heteroatom, and it in turn depends upon the electronegativity. Higher the electronegativity, more it will be more difficult to donate the electrons towards delocalization, because then it will prefer to keep the electrons with itself. It will not be ready to donate it for delocalization. So that's what you have to keep in mind. We will discuss all these parameters, how which is more aromatic, which is less aromatic, in our upcoming lectures, where we will discuss in detail about their aromatic character. But now my main aim was just to tell you about their classification, that what type of structures they are possible for aromatic heterocycles. So first we have done with the 6-membered aromatic heterocycles. Now these were 5-membered heterocycles. Now the other possibility is that as nitrogen is trivalent, nitrogen can form 3 bonds, it may be substituted by a CH group in the 5-membered heterocycles with 1 heteroatom. So what it says that this these positions, these CH positions, they can further be replaced by nitrogen. Okay, so we have those structures also in which these positions of carbon, they are substituted by other heteroatoms. So these are called analogues of pyrrole, furan and thiophene. When we replace these CH group from these positions with some heteroatoms, these will be called analogues of pyrrole. If we replace these, it will be called analogues of thiophene. If we replace these, then these will be called, those compounds will be called analogues of furan. So what are these compounds like this? This is 1H-imidazole. This is analogues of pyrrole, where one CH group is again replaced by nitrogen. Now it can, because nitrogen can form 3 bonds. Now 1H pyrazole, this is your pyrazole. This is again a derivative analogous of pyrrole. This is 1H pyrazole. This is 1H imidazole. Now this is derivative of your furan. It is isoxazole, where one CH has been replaced by this nitrogen, isoxazole. And this is again a analogous of furan. This is called oxazole. Now nitrogen is at from the 1 to 3rd position. Here nitrogen was present at 2nd position, so it is called isoxazole, it is called oxazole. Now this is the analogous of thiophene. It is isothiazole, and this is thiazole. So these two were analogous of pyrrole, these two was analogous of furan, and these two were analogous of thiophene, where this CH group has been replaced by other heteroatoms, and that heteroatom is nitrogen. Now the pyridine like nitrogen, we have already discussed that these nitrogens, the electrons on these nitrogens, they do not participate in resonance. These type of nitrogens which are doubly bonded to carbon, so these are called pyridine like nitrogens. So these pyridine type nitrogens, it is not involved in maintaining aromaticity. It does not contribute to aromatic character because it does not donate its electrons for aromaticity, and in fact it induces electron withdrawing effect because it is more electronegative than carbon. So it will tend to withdraw electrons toward pi electrons towards itself. Similar to that, we have observed meta-directing effect in benzene. So what it does, it will tend to withdraw electrons towards itself, means it will, these atoms will tend to decrease their aromatic character. So now the electrophilic substitution reaction will become more difficult. As we go on increasing the heteroatoms, the electrophilic substitution reactions will occur with difficulty. And this singly bonded heteroatom, this heteroatom, this heteroatom, this heteroatom, this donate electron to the ring carbon, we have already discussed. These can donate these electrons, it can donate its electrons to retain aromaticity because these electrons are involved in resonance. So these ring atoms and the singly bonded heteroatoms donates electrons to the ring carbon atoms, and the lone pair on the heteroatom is involved in aromaticity, as I have already discussed, and this exerts alpha directing effect. So what it says that it will prefer that attacking reagent will attack alpha position. That I will discuss with you when I will discuss their chemical behavior. That explanation I will give you why they are alpha directing agents. So all these things we will discuss in our upcoming lectures. This was all about their classification. So this is a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds. Now next category is, so far we have discussed 6-membered aromatic heterocycles and 5-membered aromatic heterocycles. Now next category is benzo fused 6-membered aromatic heterocycles, means a 6-membered aromatic heterocycles to which a benzene ring is fused. Now the fusion of this benzene ring to an aromatic heterocyclic ring, it retains aromaticity, it still remains aromatic but in some modified form. What is that we will discuss in our upcoming lectures. And these aromatic heterocycles, they exhibit bond alteration. Thus this is a very significant phenomena. This is the first phenomena, bond alternation, with the help of which we will quantify their aromaticity. So we will discuss this. We will discuss this in detail. What does bond alteration means and how does it affect the aromaticity? So just you now just remember that in these type of aromatic heterocycles, bond alternation will be there, and what the bond alternation does, it induces partial localization. As you know that for aromaticity we require delocalization. If something is involving localization, that means it is decreasing its aromatic character. Now these examples, so you are aware, this is quinoline. Now you can see this is a 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic compound. Now a benzene ring is fused with this. So this is a benzo fused 6-membered aromatic heterocycles. This is isoquinoline, a isomer of this now, because it varies a position of nitrogen. It was at this position, now it is at this position. And this is quinoline. Now we have 2 nitrogens at 1,2 position. So quinoline, this is quinazoline, 2 nitrogen atoms at 2 different positions. This is quinazoline. So these are some examples of benzo fused 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds, and these you can see they can be thought of, they are related to naphthalene in same way as pyridine with benzene. So naphthalene is something like this. This is your naphthalene. So as we can see that 6-membered, we thought of that one CH will be replaced by heteroatom here. So this says that we can consider these compounds as derivative of naphthalene, where some of these positions they are replaced by heteroatom. So these are considered to be as related to naphthalene or derivatives of naphthalene. And the fusion of a benzene ring, as I have said, it causes decreasing in aromaticity due to bond alternation. Still you don't know about this bond alternation. I will discuss with you in detail. This is a very important topic. So with the help of this we can quantify aromaticity. We can tell which is more aromatic and which is less aromatic. So these benzo fused aromatic heterocycles, they are less aromatic than 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds because of a phenomena called bond alternation, and these can be considered to be a derivative of naphthalene. Some more examples where we have more nitrogen atoms, it is quinoxaline, that is its name, trivial name. It is thalazine. This is 1,2,4 benzotriazine. So you know how to name these compounds. I have already discussed with you the nomenclature of benzo fused heterocyclic compounds. So 1,2,4, it specifies the position of heteroatom, then benzo prefix, then the name according to Hans Widman rule. 1,2,4 benzotriazine. This is 1,2,3 benzotriazine. So it was 1,2,4, it is 1,2,3. So these were some examples for benzo fused 6-membered aromatic heterocycles. So similar to benzo fused 6-membered heterocycles, we also have benzo-fused 5-membered aromatic heterocycles in which a benzene ring is fused with a 5-membered heterocyclic compounds, and these compounds, these 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic compounds, benzo-fused 5-membered aromatic heterocycles, they also show bond alternation. So I will discuss with you what is bond alternation in our upcoming lectures. Like this 1H indole, or simply you can also call it indole. So you can see this is a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic compound, and to which this a benzene ring is fused, and this is your benzofuran, this is your benzobethiophene, this is your 1H benzoimidazole. So all these are 5-membered aromatic heterocycles fused with a benzene ring. So in all these compounds, a benzene ring is fused with a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic compound. So it is indole, this is benzofuran, benzobethiophene, this is your 1H benzodeimidazole. That is the name of these compounds, and these compounds are less aromatic than parent 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic compound because of bond alternation. So some more examples are there, that the heterocyclic compounds in which a benzene ring is fused to a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic ring by carbon-carbon single bond, they are less aromatic due to considerable bond alternation. Now here you can see here this benzene ring is fused to this structure by this C double bond. See, now it says that if it is fused by C single bond C, then they are even less aromatic, because in that those compounds bond alternations, they are even higher. The examples are 2H isoindole. Here you can see it is a carbon carbon single bond. This isobenzofuran, again this is attached by carbon carbon single bond, and this is benzo C thiophene. These type of compounds, they are even less aromatic than their parent 5-membered aromatic heterocycles, and even less aromatic than those benzo-fused rings which are fused by a C double bond C. So these were some examples of 5-membered benzo fused aromatic heterocycles. So far we have done 6-membered aromatic heterocycles, then we did 5-membered aromatic heterocycles, then we did benzo fused 6-membered aromatic heterocycles, derivative of naphthalene, then we did benzo fused 5-membered aromatic heterocycles. Now we have some other types which do not fall in these categories, some other type of compounds, so which are called other fused aromatic heterocycles. Now here the fusion of two 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic rings through a carbon-carbon single bond results in the formation of a heterocyclic analogous of naphthalene. Now in a benzo fused, one was benzene ring, other was heterocyclic ring. Now in these command it says that both the rings, they are aromatic and they are bound through a carbon-carbon bond like this. Now this is also, earlier it was only benzene, now it is also aromatic heterocyclic ring, it is also heterocyclic ring, and these are fused by carbon-carbon bond. This is carbon-carbon bond. So these can also be considered to be a derivative of naphthalene. So its name is 1,5-naphthyridine. Its name is 1,5-naphthyridine. The another example is pteridine, that is this compound. Now you can see these are all are derivatives of naphthalene, but now it is not benzo fused because we don't have a parent benzene ring. Both the rings are heterocyclic and both are aromatic, as naphthalene is aromatic, so it is a derivative of naphthalene. So these are basically, these contains 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 10 pi electrons, and they are plain. So 10 pi means they satisfy 4n plus 2 rule when n is 2. So pteridine. So similarly, the fusion of a 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic ring with a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic ring. Here 6-membered heterocyclic was fused with a 6-membered heterocyclic ring. We also have a case in which 6-membered aromatic heterocyclic ring, it is fused with a 5-membered aromatic heterocyclic ring, and they form a bicyclic heterocyclic, which is also considered to be included in the class of aromatic heterocycles like this. Now you can see this is 7H purine. This is a 6-membered heterocycle, This is a 5-member heterocycle and both are fused, and both of this is also an aromatic compound because its electrons they are involved in resonance. So 7H purine. And another possibility is the fusion of two rings across CN bond. Now in next case we will see where CN bond is common, like N will be present at a bridgehead position. So the fusion of two rings across the CN bond in such a way that nitrogen atom is common to both the rings. It also leads to formation of bicyclic aromatic heterocycles like this. Quinolizinium 5-amine. So simply you can also call it quinolizinium ion, or if you can also call it quinolizin 5-am cation, or simply quinolizinium cation also. So here you can see the common is carbon nitrogen bond. So carbon nitrogen is bond, or nitrogen is present at a fused position, the atom which is fused to both the rings. This is the next category. So first category was both 6-membered aromatic heterocycles, they are fused. One 6-membered, one 5-membered aromatic heterocycles, they are fused. Third category is the nitrogen is present at bridgehead position, or carbon nitrogen bond is common between two rings. So another example is indolizine. So all these compounds they are also aromatic. Why? Because all of these they have 10 pi electrons, as I have already discussed. All these contains 10 pi electrons. They satisfy 4n plus 2 pi electrons rule. So n is 2, then it will be 4 into 2 plus 2 is 8 plus 2 is equal to 10. So for n is equal to 2, this rule is satisfied. So these compounds, all of these compounds, they are also aromatic in nature. So that was all for today. And today we discussed the structural classification of aromatic heterocyclic compounds. We classified them as 6-membered, then 5-membered, then benzo fused 6-membered, then your benzo fused 5-membered, then your other classifications like 6-membered heterocycle, 6-membered heterocycle fused with 6-membered heterocyclic compound, or we can also have 6-membered heterocyclic compound fused with your 5-membered heterocyclic compound. And the last category we did where CN bond was common, nitrogen was present at their bridgehead position. We also discussed some other things, but those things we will discuss in detail, like bond alternation. That is very important topic. With the help of that we can tell which is more aromatic and which is less aromatic. That means quantification of aromaticity. Actually it is quite difficult to quantify, but there are some methods by which we can quantify. One such method is bond alternation, that we will also discuss. So that was all for today. Please do subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you very much.